Today in the Soap Thing project, I'm going to do a shave off with these two razors right here. This is the Yates Titanium Merica razor that I have been shaving with for quite a long time. And this razor is the Yates Titanium Winning razor that you have seen possibly on the Soap Thing project recently if you have been following the project closely. Let's talk about these two razors for a minute. They are both 6AL4V titanium. They are both made by Yates Precision. The Merica razor is, I don't remember exactly what finish this is. It's a bead blasted kind of matte finish that we have going on with the Yates Titanium Merica razor. Conversely, the Winning razor is in the as machined finished, which means it has no finishing done to it practically at all. I'm sure there's some minimal finishing done to make it serviceable as a shaver, but they're not trying to get fancy with this. The interesting thing about the matte finish that's on the particular Merica razor that I bought is the fact that after who knows how many months of using it over and over and over again, practically daily use, it is starting to get a handful of scratches on it in a couple places. I'm not sure if the camera will pick any of this up, but I'm starting to get some like snail trail scratches and things like that just from banging it around and using it a lot. And I think that's just what you get when you go for a matte finish like this. But the Winning razor, because it's an as machine finished, it came right out of the box with scratches already on it. So you just got to pick what you'd prefer. Let's talk about the Merica razor. This one is 0.53 millimeter blade gap and neutral exposure. Costs about $190 over at Yates Precision, and I do believe this is currently in production, so you can get this at the time that this video is being filmed. The Winning razor, however, at least at the time this is being filmed, it's going to be released much later, so by the time it gets released, maybe this is different, but at the time it's being filmed, the Winning razor in titanium is not available. They did a limited production run and then stopped. I don't remember what I paid for this or what it will likely cost you if it becomes available again. I'd have to guess if the Merica razor is about $190, then you can probably expect the titanium Winning razor to be about $150. Most likely. This has a 0.41 millimeter blade gap and also neutral exposure. It's interesting that both of these razors have neutral exposure, yet they feel much differently from each other. We'll talk about that during the shave, but here's what I'm going to do. I have two fresh Gillette silver blue blades right here. So these are going to go into the razor. I am going to use the Merica razor on my left side, your right. And on my right side is going to be the Winning razor. Let's take these apart and talk in great detail about how they're made. Like I said, 6AL4V titanium for both of these. They are machined a fair bit differently, except where we're dealing with how the top cap meets the I don't know if you can see that, but how the top cap meets the base plate. The top of the base plate is shaped pretty similar with both of the razors. The Yates Merica razor has a smooth top cap and a scalloped base plate versus the titanium winning razor. It has a grooved top cap and a solid base plate. So I think the reason that the winning razor has a grooved top cap is because this is the version 2. The old version of the winning razor from Wet Shaving Club had a solid top cap and a solid base plate, and it caused this kind of, I don't know if abrasive is the right word, but there was too much solid, smooth metal making contact with your face at the same time, and so it created this resistance or this dragging effect for some people, where it was almost like it was suctioning itself to your face. It was almost pulling a little bit. It was a really weird feeling. And so I think they grooved out the top cap, put some scallops on there, if you will, to kind of break that up a little bit. Another thing you'll notice is that when you put the top cap and the base plate together is, well, first of all, let me do this. So these two top caps, if you put them together, the threads are actually, they would appear to be about the same height, or exactly the same height. But what's interesting is when you put them together is with the Merica razor, the top cap is, or the base plate is flat, and it meets the threads exactly flat with the bottom of the base plate, versus the winning razor is recessed. And so the handle actually has a lot more threads to grab onto, and I think I know why that is. We'll talk about that again during the shave. So let's put these together, and let's go ahead and do a shave. I'm just going to go ahead and put the blades into the razors right now. The winning razor is the one that I have been using most recently, just because I wanted to give it a good, honest, fair shake before I give you my final thoughts on it. And my opinion of it has actually evolved quite a bit. Initially, I was erring on the side of, I don't want this thing. This is not a good fit for me. But then I realized that one of the problems I was having was I think I wasn't screwing the handle down onto the base plate tight enough. With this one, it's pretty easy to just kind of clamp onto it with your fingers and then just tighten the handle down and you're done. It works just like normal, but with the winning razor, the blade is under extreme compression for some reason. I have no idea why Yates chooses to do it this way. That's just what they did. Yates is out of Pennsylvania, by the way. They own the means of their own production, and so they make the razors they sell. That's why you're able to get titanium razors at such a competitive price, rather than paying $300, $500 in some cases like you do with some other manufacturers. So this thing, you have to really compress it down with a lot of pressure, and then even when you get the handle on it, I've had to just really bear down and get this extremely tight, so much so that you're either going to kind of hurt your wrist tightening it down, or you're going to hurt your fingers pressing the top cap and the base plate together. In my opinion, that's a design flaw. I think the blade shouldn't have to be under such extreme compression to be able to function properly, because if you don't tighten this down enough, you're going to have just an insane amount of blade chatter, which I've had in previous videos, and you might actually get a pretty rough shave, which I have done before because I didn't tighten it down quite far enough. Okay, that's enough. We're going to do a shave with it. For the shaving soap and the aftershave, I am about to leave Incirlik Air Base, and the Air Force is going to send me to a new duty station. So I have been slowly taking everything from my collection here in Turkey and sending it back to the States to either get given away or sold away, or in some cases sending it to myself because it's stuff I'm not ready to get rid of yet. So I have a dwindling collection that I can pick from. So I think I'm going to do a bunch of final thoughts videos in a row. I'm going to do this one, and then I will probably do the Parker Solo Edge, and then even the Broman, because I was supposed to do a review on that and never did. For all those, I am going to use this soap right here. This is A&E, Ariana and Evans, Pedro Fiasco's Limoncello. This is kind of a lemon liqueur type scent is how it's supposed to smell. It's supposed to smell a bit like a lemon liqueur of the variety that you would find in Italy. Let me see, what region of Italy is this a thing? Sorrento. So this shaving soap has Calabrian bergamot, lemon zest, lemon, orange blossom, jasmine, vodka, brown sugar notes. It says very light on the boozy note, and it says light Himalayan cedar, according to the iPhone cheat sheet. So we'll talk briefly about this scent during the shave. There's not a ton to talk about. It is mostly a lemon scent, but it's a good one. Great stuff from Ariana and Evans. This is a budget soap from them. They've been doing a good job with that lately, and it's a tallow-based soap. 5 ounces for how much? About $14.95 from the iPhone cheat sheet. So yeah, good stuff from Ariana and Evans. And the perfect thing to chase this with, since I don't have the matching aftershave, would just be the Myrsol Agua de Limon. So it's a lemon aftershave. It's a lot more of a classic lemon scent, but it's perfectly good to go. And since we have a black and gold, lemon, yellow kind of theme going, I'm going to do my Eric Sorrentino black and gold 22 millimeter Maggard synthetic for the shave brush. Okay, let's do this. Right then, days of growth, 2.5. Yeah, 2 days with room to spare. So I think that is plenty of growth to do some razor testing, if I do say so myself. Now we have the Pedro Fiasco from A&E. The Limoncello, lathered into the Pereira Shavery Unbreakable shaving bowl. And this is kind of a slightly boozy, somewhat sugary sweet lemon scent is how I'm going to peg this. It manages to avoid having that lemon pledge smell. It's not an aroma chemical mess like a lot of lemon scents. This one's pretty convincing. As far as scent strength, I'm going to call it about a 4 out of 5 on the sniffometer. It definitely pushes out quite a bit, so let's put it on. Budget tallow soap from A&E, Ariana and Evans. Wonderful. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the best way to describe this. There's not much to talk about. It's slightly sugary sweet, slightly boozy, just like juicy lemon / lemon peel kind of scent is what this is. Okay. Yates titanium Merica razor on my left, winning razor on my right. Let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. We have a Gillette Silver Blue blade. A little bit of pulling, but that's whenever I have north of 2 days of growth, shaving will start to hurt no matter what I use, just because my hair is so thick and coarse. But that was a pretty intuitive, easygoing shave. Let's do this one. So I find it interesting that both of these razors have neutral exposure, and the winning razor is actually a lower blade gap than the Merica razor. The Merica razor is 0.53 millimeters versus 0.41 on the winning razor. With all that in mind, for some reason the winning razor is more blade feely. Why that is, I have no idea. And I'm sure I am probably in the minority. I think most people feel like they're probably a distinction without a difference. But for me, it feels more blade feely for some reason. I have no idea why. Wonderful stuff. Okay. Oh, this smells good. It's a really good, fresh lemon summer type scent. You love to smell it. Okay. Merica razor. Here we go. This razor still feels like there is the least amount of physical metal making contact with your face. Because I am somebody that'll tend to either ride the base plate or try to ride the base plate and the edge of the top cap together. But if you notice, the Merica razor is a lot more rounded and there is significantly less surface area for the metal to make contact with your face. Versus the winning razor, it is a flat plane that you shave along. You see how flat that is? It's kind of crazy. Alright. And I think that was part of the reason why people would notice this like drag, is because it was a flat shaving surface and it wasn't scalloped on the top cap or the base plate, and so what you ended up with is just a large surface area of bare, smooth metal traveling down your face, and it just wasn't working for a lot of people. I think that's what that was. But this Merica razor, for me, is an autopilot shave. I could poorly lather my soap, I could put the wrong kind of blade in there, I could shave like an idiot, and this razor is going to be mostly fine. It will forgive bad habits. Even if you have the blade screwed down really tight on the winning razor, I would say you can mostly count on the same thing from that razor. But even then, I would say it's still a razor where you kind of ought to pay attention, because it's less forgiving. I'm just going to touch up this part of my lip. As far as efficiency, I would say they are both average efficiency. They're nothing exciting. They'll get the job done. This one, for me, definitely is the more blade-feely of the two, the winning razor. Alright. Now I think I'm just going to take the winning razor and touch up the rest of my face. Let me see here. I might not need to do that much touching up. A little bit over here. Yeah, see, when the blade is strapped down tight enough, the blade has its seatbelt on, this thing shaves mostly perfectly fine. So if you've been shaving with the winning razor and getting kind of crap shaves with it, but you haven't like sold it or moved it along yet, you might consider checking to make sure you got the blade screwed down all the way. Because that was a really surprising revelation that I made when I realized I wasn't screwing the top cap and the base plate together tight enough. I'm going to say that's a good shave though. Let's go ahead and do the Myrsol Limon. Whoa, too much. Yeah, that was way too much. Let's just rub it in all over. When in doubt, use it up. Okay. It's a good shave. If you like lemon, this is a good combo. Okay. Let's do my final thoughts on these two razors. If you're coming to me looking for a decision on which one of these to buy, in my opinion, even though the Merica razor is more expensive, it is the more user-friendly. It's not a massive difference. If you've already been shaving with something like a Mula R89 or Edwin Jagger DE89, Merker 34C, and you're just coming off of that, either of these would be a logical next step, but I think the winning razor, for some reason, for me, I have to tell you what I notice. This has a bit more blade feel than the Merica razor. And that's especially true if you don't screw it down tight enough. In fact, you'll get a rough razor burn shave at best if you don't screw this down tight enough, and at worst you will get nicks and cuts all over the place, because I have done it. You're less likely to do that with this because for some reason it doesn't need that. It doesn't need to be clamped down quite so tight to ensure a proper shave. That's just how they engineered it. You'll have to talk to Yates, but if you're trying to choose between the two, the Merica razor wins. It is just a slightly better shave, and it's slightly more user-friendly. The winning razor is good, but not great, is what I will say in my final thoughts. Okay, that's the shave for today. It was a battle of the titaniums. The titanium Merica razor versus the titanium winning razor from Yates Precision. There was a time when I didn't like Yates razors. I tried the 941 series and it just didn't work with my particular shaving habits, and I thought I might have been done with Yates. But with the Merica razor and the winning razor, I gotta say, Yates went from about to fall off my radar to these two razors probably will never leave my bathroom as long as I live. They're that good. But the Merica razor is better. Okay, that's just how I feel about it. Okay, that's the shave for today. Questions, comments, put them in the comment section of the video. Otherwise, until next time, this is Soap Thing telling you, shave like you mean it. Thanks for watching.